welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. A big welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here and for your friendship, of course. A big special thank you to everyone who participated in the poll that I did yesterday about which reading you would like to see me do today. And today's topic was actually the winner. So thank you to everyone who has reached out, who has voted on today's topic. And I just want to welcome anyone who has stumbled across this channel for the very first time. We want to welcome you. We want you to join our beautiful soul family. So please subscribe to the channel, hit your notification bell, your like button, all of your buttons. It helps me to bring you guys so much more content. And please pull up a chair and grab yourselves a snack and get cozy, because we're going to have a little chat today, and we are all friends when we gather here at my table. So today's reading, we're talking about your next big life event. What is the next big thing that's going to come into your life, into your experience? We have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 here with the pink flower and the bee spirit. Pile number 2 with the peachy sort of cream flower and the bluebird spirit. And we also have here pile number 3 with the peony and this standing stones spirit. So whichever piles is calling out to you, there may be a message waiting from Spirit today. And I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, today's topic is all about your next big life change, your next big life event that's coming in. Pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to this beautiful pink flower, or perhaps to the bee spirit here. I love honeybees, obviously. And this is your reading. What is your next big life event, next big life change as well coming in? The bee spirit says prosperity, and underneath it's number 5, this number, and I feel like there's been challenges for you, perhaps financially, even just feeling prosperous, and you perhaps have put a lot of effort into even manifestation and trying to create change, whether it be physically, practically speaking, or even just trying to manifest a better attitude towards change. I feel like you've put a lot of work in, and this is going to pay off for you potentially, because it's talking about all of the sweet results that will await you because of the effort that you've put in, or because of powering through some negative experiences or negative periods in your life. So let's take a look and see, what is this next big life event? What is the next big thing happening for pile number 1, please, in their life? Major changes happening. We have the Hanged One, the Hanged Muse. This is the Muse Tarot that I'm using for you today. We have the 5 of Pentacles. So I do feel like you have struggled, or you're currently still in the midst of a struggle. Financially speaking, you could have maybe potentially lost a job, or just things are hard right now. Things, even emotionally, there's an emotional destitution attached to this feeling as well. We have the 2 of Pentacles. And I feel like you're working so hard to just hold it all together. Spirit sees that, and they want you to know that you are forging your strengths right now in this challenge. And that thing will not always be this way. That's what they're trying to reassure you. They're asking you to surrender to this experience, because that's all that it is just an experience. It's just a learning curve for you at this time, and it's going to pass. It's only meant to teach you things. It's only meant to help you gain mastery over this experience. Here's the 9 of Swords, and back of the deck right now is the Knight of Pentacles with the Knight of Swords. I'm going to clarify using a second deck here. What is the next big change coming in, please, for pile number 1? The 10 of Cups. I do feel like this has taken a toll on you, and even on your family, on children. If you feel like, if you have children, for instance, or a relationship, it's taken a toll. And I feel like you're at this place too where you don't know what the future holds. You don't know whether to be, it's like you don't know if you have anything to be excited about. That's what it feels like. It's like I have nothing to look forward to, because all I'm doing is like chasing a dragon, or all I'm doing is living paycheck to paycheck. It just feels like I'm chasing myself in circles all of the time. And I feel like it's really creating a sense of depression almost in someone. definitely losing sleep over the situation. And Spirit is saying that that worry is it's being very wasteful. It's very wasted energy. They don't want to see you in that state. And they just want you to hold on for just a little while longer. That's all that they're saying. Just hold on for such a short amount of time, they're saying, because things are going to shift in your favor very soon. And I do feel like I feel like you're out there looking for something. Like, so I do feel like for someone watching, you're out looking for a job. You've been out there being vulnerable. And it's like the longer that time seems to wane, or the longer you're going in this search, it's like you didn't expect it to last this long, this period of upheaval. And so now you're just, it's like your confidence is waning with every passing day. Whoops. You have the Six of Cups, but you have an offer coming in soon. You have an offer coming in soon, and you're about to move and transition into much calmer waters. Here's the Knight of Wands. There's the Eight of Pentacles. I do feel like this has a lot to do with the workplace and how, I don't know if maybe you impulsively made changes in the work realm and now you're kind of regretting those decisions. Spirit wants you to know that this too shall pass. And what I love about your reading, Pile 1, is that the next position that you're going to receive, or this next opportunity, it feels like in the work realm, it's this beautiful gift coming in from Spirit, first of all. And it's something that's going to amount to so much abundance for you. I love that the Knight of Pentacles is here, because he always indicates to me that success is assured, because he's so sure-footed and he's so good at maintaining his focus on his journey that he makes it to his destination. We have here the Knight of Swords, there's the Devil energy, and there's the Ten of Cups. And we started over here with the support of the Ten of Cups. And this is what we want. We want to assure you that you're going to have this security. You're going to have the sweet results that await you because you were able to hold on during this period. And there's emotional satisfaction. There's happiness, there's abundance. And that's the thing that this is going to teach you the most, is that you have survived without the financial aspect of that abundance for a while. That's what it feels like. You've survived without the physical security that we all feel like we're chasing in this lifetime. And so this beautiful lesson comes out of this whole experience about the real value of importance and why we put in the effort towards goals in our life in the first place. And it's because of this Ten of Cups. It's because of this family. It's because of the journey that brings you the full spectrum of that beautiful rainbow too, because the joy is in the journey. And the way that you feel on the other side of this, you're going to look back on these moments when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel vulnerable, and you're going to be so happy and proud of yourself for powering through. I almost feel like I could cry for you. Like, I almost feel like I'm just like welled up with pride, to be honest, with pride. And spirits, they're welling me up because they're so happy and proud of how you pushed through periods of insecurity. And now they're like, we're in this boat with you. We're ushering you to the other shore. Things are not going to be like this. Your next big change or challenge, the next big change for you, rather, Pile 1, is going to be this abundance in the financial realm. And it's going to come in the form of a new offer in the work realm, it feels like. Next big change, next big blessing here. We have enlightenment. And it's the Forest Temple, and it's the 19. The sun is coming out for you. Clarity, happiness, joy. We have power, and we also have transmutation coming out for you as well, because right now the ego, this dragon, is what's stealing our focus and our power from us. But Spirit says that you're not done, that this is not how it's going to stay, and you're about to have this rebirth of sorts. You're about to have like this second chance, this rising out of the ashes of your experience with all of the tools in your arsenal that you gained while having that experience too. We have here Stag, Spirit leadership role, and I feel like you've guided a family out of this. For someone, I feel like you've kind of supported, or you've helped your family move through this cycle emotionally. Next big life event. What is the next big major change coming into pile number 1, please? We have the Rose Garden. Oh, and when I put that down, I heard that song, I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. And so there's this like acknowledgement of like, we recognize that things have not gone exactly according to plan for you. But it's less about what's happened and about in your life and about how you've handled those changes. And that's what Spirit wants to focus upon, because that's where the true empowerment and transformation happens, is within, not with, you know, how we handle positive things and easygoing, you know, experiences in our life. That isn't what forms our nature. Is how we handle ourselves through negative change. And because of how you handled that, because you've surrendered to it, and that's what they're asking for you further, is to surrender further, because ultimately the sweet results are going to await you. So don't be deterred by these thorns amidst these roses, because you're still going to bloom. And we have liberty, freedom, feeling more free, feeling like you're able to actually go out and buy yourself something is what it feels like. You're going to actually be able to go out and do something that you enjoy. I also see travel in your future too, because of these shifts and changes. We have here karmic relationships, Orion energy, soul growth, conflict. We have child of the cosmos. I do feel like you're in a relationship potentially. I also feel like there are children or some sort of family unit involved here too. And we have back of the deck, the star family. You're part of a rich team of souls. Call in support. And the 10 of Cups is my family of emotional support. It's where we find the most joy. And I feel like that's where you're going to be rewarded the most. What is the next big change or event, please, for pile number 1? We have here opportunity. There's no use looking for luck. It's going to arrive at unexpected times. And that's why Spirit wants you to hold on even through the frustration. This 9 of Wands is not just about frustration. It's also strength. It's an acknowledgement of like, look what you've powered through already. If you can power through all of that and you're currently powering through what you're powering through, then Spirit says you can combat this little delay. You can combat this last push. And there's an opportunity, an offer coming in for you that's going to really help to jumpstart this change. We have bloom and attract more than butterflies. They also want you to know that once this is just the first good thing, like this is just the first good offer that's coming, and it's everything that happens because of that momentum after the fact. It's like a domino effect for you. It's going to be about transformations in the rest of your life. Rise above any situation and become the best version of you. But it's time to stay in the present, and we have potential. The littlest key can open the heaviest door. So for some of you, this offer that's coming in is just a stepping stone. It's just the little key that's going to open up the heavy door of our own insecurity. But it's a launching pad. It's what you need to raise your expectations or to raise your confidence to continue to power through with all of your goals, and especially in the financial realm and the work realm, all of your goals. So this isn't even the last step for you, pile number 1. Let's get a charm bowl, please. The next big change for pile 1. The next big life event. 2 of Pentacles, or 2 of Cups. The Tower, reversed. And that Knight of Pentacles. I feel like you're such a hard worker too. It's like you're willing to put in all the effort into your goals. Like you know what it takes to achieve success, and you're more than willing to put the effort in. This is going to have implications in the romance realm, in the relationship realm, and truly the Spirit, as I said, it's like a domino effect for some, where it's going to result in abundance in many different realms. There's also a feeling of like averting a financial disaster, like averting upheaval. So it's like you could be worried about your home situation, about your stability, and Spirit wants to reassure you that that's going to be okay. We see stability in the future. We have the stethoscope, I think, of hospital nursing connection. This could have been one of the reasons why there could have been an illness in the family, for instance, or an illness where, you know, medical bills pile up, for instance, which causes a lot of extra strain. We have JJ. We have police and beauty. We have the bone. I think about having a bone to pick. I also think about loss with the bone. So somebody who's lost something, somebody who's in a financial pinch, who have lost perhaps a job, for instance. We have a little wrench in our plan. Spirit says it's not even a big wrench. It's a little wrench right now. And we have here an opportunity from 1980. Now, for someone watching, this opportunity is actually going to come in from someone from your past. Somebody from your past is going to pop up and say, hey, I've got an opportunity for you. So keep that in mind. We have the Divine Masculine Starfish here, the blue. It's about losing something. And I feel like for someone, you lost a job, or you lost a position that you had tenure in, or that you had all of your plans set in that realm. Like you had no intention of having to go through this upheaval. And because of that, you've had to really heal that loss. You've had to really shift your expectations, do a lot of, and maybe you're still in the midst of that. You're still struggling with that. We have here the Knight of Cups though. Don't let those situations, don't let disappointments stop you from being vulnerable and continuing to put in the effort towards change, because it's going to be again, the work that you put in that creates this beautiful momentum that brings about the offer and the opportunity. Pile 1, that is what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates. Please subscribe to the channel, hit your notification bell, hit your like button, put your comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. And I will be drawing a name for that in a couple of days, actually. So be sure to drop your comments. You can check me out on Instagram for a chance to win a free mini read. And you can also check me out on Etsy. The link is below for a private reading if you feel called to. But I hope that you come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the beautiful cream flower, or to the happiness bluebird card, and this is your reading. What is the next big major change in your life? What big event is happening next? We have the happiness card. I love this card. It's number 7, which is talking about a pause point in your journey, and it's about powering through to the precipice of change. You can see this bird is sitting out on a limb. I love the bluebird spirit. So we'll see what comes out in your reading today, pile number 2. What is the next big major shift or change or event in your life? What to expect moving forward? What is happening for pile number 2, please? The next big life event. We have the 9 of coins. We have the 6 of coins. What's the next big major change, please? We have the 4 of swords. We have the King of Wands. I don't know, but this is just a specific message for one person watching. And if you know that this is your message, you'll know that it's for you. Because I have the collective energy that's floating in. So you have to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But I feel like somebody's already gotten some good news about something. I feel like they've gotten good news and they've been put on bed rest. So take that as it resonates to your situation. If that's for you, you will know that that's for you. And that may be something that is playing upon you or making you worry. The Spirit wants you to just focus on what your task ahead of you is. You have a very important job. And so the next big change for this person that I'm speaking to right now is motherhood. And you've endured and you've powered through. And I feel like you had to take certain steps, like you had help to get here. So if you're on a motherhood journey, for instance, or if you're currently in some sort of even a fertility treatment, and especially if you're wondering if it's going to take, Spirit says it's going to take. We have the Knight of Coins. Back of the deck, we have the 8 of Wands, and we have the 2 of Swords. There's a very strong family message coming through right this moment, and it's filled with happiness, but it feels like it's tentative. Like it feels like I'm worried about it. Like I'm afraid to let myself be happy. I'm afraid to announce. That's what it feels like. If this hasn't happened, again, if you're in the midst of some sort of fertility treatment, Spirit says your efforts will pay off and you're going to be really happy that you took those steps. First of all, it's going to be well worth it, even though I feel like there is a lot of pain associated with it. I even feel kind of emotional actually as I perform this reading. Like I feel really emotional, like it's exhausting. Getting to this point, it is exhausting and you need the rest. It may not be official bed rest for some, but it may just be a tentative thoughtfulness or retreat, like a retreat into thoughtfulness because we're anxious about the next step. We're afraid to announce, we're afraid to communicate how we're, our excitement, and it's building, our excitement is building, our focus, our plans are building. Even if our logic, quote unquote, tells us not to, Spirit says you go right ahead and you plan. We have the Knight of Swords. It's like you don't want to rush. You don't want to rush to excitement. You don't want to rush to happiness. You want to gather as much information as possible. And it's like you're watching and waiting. You're waiting to hear the news. The news is going to be good for you, pal, too. Because you wanted this. I feel so emotional. Like I feel like I'm on the verge of tears. You want this. And I feel like your partner wants this. And I feel like it's just... You're afraid. You're so afraid that you're going to be unfulfilled emotionally again, is what it feels like, again. Because I feel like you've taken many opportunities or many steps here and you've had disappointments. And again, I'm almost in tears with this energy here. I feel very emotional. But this is a gateway to happiness for you. Your next big event feels like an addition to your family. And it's going to create permanent change for you. It's going to create everything is going to change past this point in the most wonderful of ways. But there's a sense of us waiting for the other shoe to drop because I feel like you've had experiences and you've had lessons in the past that have been super painful about rushing to conclusions. And in this case, they're saying that it's going to be so positive for you. There's joy. There's celebrations, there's happiness with the Three of Cups. The Page of Wands is taking you on a brand new adventure. We have the Two of Cups and we have the Four of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, for you, pile two, my face is even warm. The next big event for you is going to be this expansion to your relationship. It's not just going to be the two of you anymore. We're moving into the three. We're exploring something new. We're exploring a new pathway, and it's going to be a change to your home environment. There'll be no looking back, Spirit says, after this point. You're going to feel so excited and so blessed, and that's what they're asking for you right now, too, or from you. They're asking for complete focus. So if you have just received a news, or if you're working towards this news, Spirit says that's your next big thing. That's your next big life event, is everything is going to take off with the momentum and the effort you've shown. You're like a slingshot now. Don't let yourself be guarded. Don't let yourself keep your heart space open because the ego is going to fuel at you all sorts of insecurity and it's going to try to steal this moment of joy from you. It's going to try to steal this focus from you. And right now we're calling all of our power back because you're going to need it. You're going to call all of your power back and you're going to have it work for you from this moment forward. Because I feel so much abundance coming in for you. And again, the Tower in this case is really speaking to permanent changes in the most wonderful ways. Permanent change is like walking away from things that are emotionally unfulfilling, leaving all of those experiences behind. And I do feel like you may have had many disappointments on this pathway. But Spirit says this is going to be your next big thing. You're going to achieve your goal here, and it feels like it's going to increase your family. And not only that, it's going to increase your happiness. But there, again, the expectations keeps flooding in. It's like I'm too scared to be up. I'm too scared to be excited. But Spirit says it's okay, because all you have to do with some of that frustration and that fear is to just wait. Like, because they're going to show you how good it's going to get. That's what they just said. And we're going to show you how good it's going to get. The only job you have to do is focus and rest. You just have to find joy in the journey. And they don't want you to be stripped of this moment, of this experience, of this excitement because of past disappointments that you've had to endure. Here's the Four of Swords. And, again, I'm so emotional with you today, Pile 2, because this is acknowledging the deep pain you've experienced and how that will never, ever not influence you. But Spirit will hopes that the breakthrough that you have this time will allow you the appreciation and the gratitude for that experience, so that because you've experienced the opposite. because you've experienced loss and pain and the heartbreak of that, there, yes, this is such beautiful, beautiful momentum, but it doesn't negate what you have been through. It's just a beautiful representation of your strength and endurance and your stamina and being able to power through these challenges. We have I'm sorry, defensiveness, righting past wrongs, and uprooting. I feel like this journey has caused conflict and maybe arguments in your relationships at times because, emotions are running really high. And that's a reflection of that, not a reflection of you or your partner. We also have here Hariath, longing for home, homesick for the stars. And we have here the great severing, conflicts and softening to love. And I do feel like it's really in connection to some of the past losses that you've experienced, because even when we get really good news, sometimes it's tempered by a bittersweet energy. Because like, oh, I should be super excited, but there's something tagged along to this excitement from the past that if we focus upon that can steal some of our joy here. So Spirit's asking you to instead focus forward with where you are right this moment with this new opportunity. And it's going to allow all the conflicts to be softened into love too. All of those pains, they'll never go away completely. But there is solace in this new path for you and great, great happiness. And that's why you were drawn to this, because first of all, you deserve it. And all the effort that you put in is communicating that. What is the next big life change, next big event for pile number 2? We have here compassion. Soften your heart with respect to all of us, or it says soften your heart with respect to this situation and all of the people involved, including yourself. And we have here, it's time to take a life review, take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that's feeling imbalanced, to prepare, especially if you haven't received the news yet and you're preparing. It's about making sure you're taking all the steps you're guided to take. And Spirit says that they are bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you to understand the spiritual truths. Through this journey, you're learning so much, and some of this is so painful. And some of it's going to be filled with joy. And Spirit's here to remind you that joy and grief can exist in the same space. Pile number 2, the next big event, the next big life-changing event here. We have service, and we have renewal, and we have here the trickery here, trickery card. Now the trickery card, this giant dragon is the ego. And the ego will tell you, well, maybe now's not the time. The ego will try to temper your feelings and try to make you feel like you shouldn't be excited. And it's going to tell you all sorts of lies to keep you looking backwards. But this little squirrel is going out on a limb. It's taking risks. You're taking steps that you're guided to take, even though I feel like there's a financial burden there, even though I feel like there's sacrifice there. Spirit says you're going to be happy that you did that. This little bird sitting on the limb too, and that's the result of the direction that you took. So if you're on the fence even about taking these measures or going down this road, Spirit says don't be concerned about that. Because it's going to result in a brand new like a rebirth, a renewal, and change that happens permanently. It's like you won't be able to go back from this change. And you won't want to, because you won't remember what life was like before that. We have here why. And that is the Four of Swords. We ask ourselves that question all the time when we suffer certain things. I did suffer a loss when I was attempting to have a second child, and I asked myself that same question. Why does this happen? It's like I'm so focused, so ready. Why did this happen? And you may be going through that same process as well. We have here the not for you reversed. And we have here the game of chess. It's like this balancing act that we're doing. It's like we're on the verge of whether or not we trust the situation, especially when you move into the cycle where you find out the good news. You're not going to trust it right away. You're going to be on the fence about whether you should allow yourself to celebrate. But they want you to dissolve some of your insecurities and to surrender to the new experience, because Spirit wants to show you the abundance that's coming in. And if you look really closely into this jar, You see a telephone, it's like a call that's coming in for you that's going to bring about such good news for you soon. But when I was first looking at it, I almost saw a little tiny sea turtle in there. And it's this energy of surrender, of surrendering the future. It's like I think of the sea turtle leaving her eggs on the beach and just walking away. What a beautiful example of surrender that is. And so Spirit's asking us to surrender even through our insecurities. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile 2. Big changes for you. Permanent change that changes everything. It changes the whole trajectory of your relationship, of your life. Well worth the effort and the energy put into the situation, whether it be physical or financial. 2 of Pentacles. Everything is sideways in the bowl. The 10 of Cups is reversed. The 6 of Wands is sideways. So is the 2 of Pentacles. And the 10 of Cups is reversed if you turn the bowl just a little bit, because I feel like there's this expectation of this loss. And you're on the fence about whether it's going to even... Your goals are going to be accomplished when it comes to family. But confidence will be your key to getting there, to get this energy balanced out. And Spirit's just asking for a little bit of time right now to get you to that outcome. But in this case, they want to shift that outcome around. And they say it's going to be a positive result for you. Oops, I have cards in my charm bowl. I just realized pulling them out. In the charm bowl today, we have the letter E. We have Cancer energy, and we have the heart with a key. We have Pisces energy going with the flow. We have the Star of Aquarius, which is healing. I also have baby feet and play. Little baby feet, so babies coming. We have the strength of Leo here, the endurance. We have Aquarius, and we have Christmas. You're going to have a Christmas present for someone watching. Spirit says it's going to be a Christmas present. We have here the guitar and the bow, the gift. You have a gift coming. All right, pile number 2. I'm so excited for you. Please leave your comment below. I would love to get some words of encouragement back to you. I would love for you to subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't done so already. Hit your notification bell, your like button. It helps me to bring you guys more content. And you can check me out on my Etsy platform for a personal reading if you feel called to, and that link is below. But I hope that you come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile 3. You were drawn to the big, beautiful peony, or perhaps to the Standing Stones Passage card, and this is your reading. What is your next big life event? What is the next big change coming in for you? The Standing Stones Passage cards talks about walking through the passages of your transformation. It really reminds me of the 4 of Wands. It reminds me of empowerment, empowering through difficult obstacles in order to achieve ascension. And it really talks about joy and happiness waiting for us on the other side of that archway. So hopefully that is a sign of things to come for you, pile 3. What is the next major life event, big change that's happening in your experience, in your life? We have the Hierophant. I feel like someone's been waiting a long time to level up in some area of their life. You have the 5 of Pentacles. The Magician. Oh, I'm so excited for someone. You're buying a house. You're buying a house. And that's just, I'm dealing with collective energy, so please take what resonates and leave what does not. I will be having lots of different energies that float in. We have here the Ace of Pentacles. Oops. And we have the Temperance. Back of the deck, we have the Lovers. And we have the Hermit. So I'm going to clarify this with a second deck here. What is the next big change, major life event coming in here? We have the Hierophant, the Hierophant. The 6 of Cups. The 3 of Cups. Okay, so I have some energies of home ownership coming in for you, and it's really talking about success after a very long period of self-imposed restrictions. So I feel like you've been budgeting, you've been saving. It's been painful at times. I feel like there's been a lot of sacrifices that you've had to make to create this opportunity. Even here, this nettle, it's talking about opportunity that stings a little bit because it's connected to the nettle energy, which stings when we handle it. But it's like you found so many skills along this pathway that you can now adopt to continue to move forward. It's like you're very intelligent. You could be a Gemini because you're just very careful about the steps that you've taken. And now all of that careful planning is about to pay off for you. Here's the Chariot. Yeah, things are starting to go into motion and things are about to change because you have created that. I feel like because of your sacrifices, you're going to be able to, first of all, you're going to get a really good price on the house, first of all, and you're going to have more than what you expected left over. So you're going to get to travel. You're going to get to go places. There's also a message coming through about connections and relationships being the next big event for you, for someone in pile 3. In fact, you may be coming from a divorce situation and headed to another marriage ultimately. This is going to take time, of course. Spirit says it's going to be the joy of the journey. You're going to enjoy the process of getting back to that altar because you're not ready yet. Spirit's very adamant. You're not ready yet. But your next big event is heading into a connection that is truly, truly meant for you. Truly, truly. And you wouldn't have been able to recognize this connection if you hadn't gone through some of the negative situations that you had to. It was like slow, sometimes crappy lessons that had to get you to this point where you feel like you have control over your own experience now. You're enjoying this point of your life. But you may be wondering, you may be going out and having fun, for instance, going out with friends a lot. You may be enjoying this newfound freedom, but Spirit says that you're still wondering about what's next. And it's like this wasn't necessarily a path you would have chosen if all of this hadn't kind of fallen apart. It's like this was not a path that you anticipated taking, so it kind of stings a little bit too. But you're also wondering about what's next. And Spirit says that what's next is really exciting. We have the 9 of Cups showing itself. It's opportunity for you. Again, they're saying it's an opportunity because you have to walk into it. You have to walk through the passages of your transformation. You have to take the practical steps to get there. But you'll be really glad that you did. The Knight of Cups. Yeah, it's new love coming in for you. For someone watching this, could be somebody returning from your past as well. An old friend coming back, for instance. That it doesn't stay in a friendship, though. It turns into love. And we have the Magician. Back of the deck, we have the 4 of Wands, which I love because you're 4 of Wands here, the Lovers and the 4 of Wands. And we have here the 6 of Wands in the reverse position. So the 6 of Wands right now is talking about a lack of confidence that you may be currently combating about what the future holds for you. So you're not feeling great about the recent past and about the shifts and changes. And you may have even just recently come out of this very strong nostalgic period where you're like questioning your motives over here, questioning your movements, questioning whether you had made mistakes in this environment and you should head back there. Like there's just an upheaval that I'm feeling. But Spirit says to stay firm and confident in your choice and in your position because there's a reason and a season for everything. This was purposeful. It had to run its course. And this next cycle is very purposeful. It must run its course so that you can reignite the power and the control over your elements that you feel like were snatched from you in the past. Now this Knight of Cups, you could have a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio coming forward for you, but I also have Gemini energy. I have Virgo energy coming through as well. Taurus, very strong Taurus vibe coming through too. So these could be in conjunction with your signs or this person coming forward. The most important critical element here though is that he's offering something and we can't just let him skirt by. We have to reach up and take that cup. We have to take responsibility. So it's a passage that we have to walk through. And Spirit's very adamant that this is your decision. But they're kind of nudging you through this gateway because they say that it's actually meant for your transformation. And this is, you may not be keen on commitment at this moment, but Spirit says given time and the confidence and it's almost like an authority that you feel there. It's like you feel in control of your own experience in this connection that you didn't feel back here. And it took I feel like you invested a lot of time over here too. So you're not keen on committing right now. But that's why Spirit's reassuring you with the patience energy, that they're not expecting you to jump into the altar right away, that they're saying that it may lead there if you choose that for yourself. But it's very exciting. Your next big life event, please. We have here, breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. I feel like you're coming from a very micromanaged environment, and this is your first taste of like freedom. And for the person who will be buying a home, same sort of message, your first taste of freedom in your own environment where you're building something for yourself. It's like a breath of fresh air that's coming in for you. We have here whale and orca elders. It says frequency of sound and diving deep. They're asking you to take that deep dive. They're asking you to hold your breath and to take that deep dive into this experience, even though you're coming from an experience that ended up stinging. When you left it behind, it ended up hurting. That's okay. Spirit says that was just a lesson for you. We have here star ancestors, hidden secrets. Look a little deeper. It's like your higher self is standing beyond the veil saying, just trust me, just keep moving through this process. Don't look backwards, because they sense that there was a period of upheaval where you did question your motives, question your decisions and your choices here, and they don't want you. They want you to be very focused here, moving forward into change. Back of the deck says it's time to surrender to the sweetness. It says pleasure, joy, and make love to life. And this Three of Cups with the Magician, I feel like you're in the process of that. Like you are enjoying this, but you're wondering, because you're used to structure, what's next? Next big life event, or next big life change. Pile number 3, please. We have prayer, making the best out of a bad situation, making lemonade out of lemons. And that's what we're supposed to do with every negative experience that we've had. Even if this was, especially there, I feel like there's a big financial loss potentially here as well, which has contributed to the overall feeling of ickiness that you feel about that experience. But the whole process of our life journey here is to learn how to alchemize our experiences into something useful within us. You know, how to let the storms rage outside of our experience, but to maintain that inner calm that we have. And so this was just a practice for that in the extreme, I feel like, for some. And ultimately, you're going to make the best out of this negative experience that you had. And we have here impatience. And back of the deck is despondence. There's a feeling of resentment or frustration coming in, because perhaps you feel like, especially if there's connections here that have been severed in the past, I feel like this person may have moved on faster than you, or their journey seems to be easier. And that can be really hard for us to move forward when we're in that kind of experience where another person's journey seems easier than our current journey. But we don't have a window into another person's soul or their experience. We don't really know what's going on internally inside of people. So it's important for us to stay focused and present in our own experience, because we're just deflecting from our own journey when we take the time to reflect upon another person's experience, and we kind of get lost in some of that frustration because we compare our journeys with other people. And so Spirit doesn't want you to do that. Don't be concerned about another person's experience or what they're experiencing right now, because it's like waves of emotion. They aren't real. It's going to hit you. It's going to pass. We have time to go. Almost came out reverse too, because there's a sense of holding on to past feelings. But again, you can see it's the same sort of image almost. The back of the head. It's about powering through here, through the passages of our transformation. But we have to be the ones to exit and to leave the past behind, because that's no longer serving you. And it's this new path that's going to bring joy. It's going to bring commitments. It's going to bring stability. And at this moment, and you may feel, again, I feel like there's combative energy. I feel like there's someone watching saying, I'm not getting married again. I'm not committing again. Like I feel that pushback coming from the other side of this reading. And even the regeneration was in the reverse. The co-create was in the reverse. It's like, I'm not even going to co-create with spirit. But spirit says you're not done. You're not done. You may feel like you're done for now, but you're not done ultimately. And there is another commitment, upgrade happening in your life. And that's how they want you to look at it. It's an upgrade. It's like that Beyonce song, Upgrade You. That's what I keep hearing in my mind. You're upgrading. And so spirit says that they're preparing you right now, even in the midst of this sort of enjoyment energy of going out, having fun with friends. They're like, we're preparing you right now for this next adventure, but you're not done. Even if you have convinced yourself that you're done, spirit says you're not. And they want you to be ready for that opportunity, because the cheetah is always ready to better its situation, but it has to be prepared because it can only sprint. And so spirit says when this opportunity opens up, even though you may not feel 100% prepared, spirit says it's time to take advantage of it. For sure. We have here the higher power. And so God says, if God be for you, who can be against you? God is on your side. The next big change is coming in for pile 3. We have here, change is beckoning. The path is shifting and the road leads a new way. Do not be alarmed, but change is beckoning today. And it's positive change. It's such good change. Even if you feel like you're in an okay spot right now, like you're just enjoying yourself, there's flirtation, there's happiness, you feel in control of the situation, that's okay. It's not going to stay the same as it is right now either. We also have here a cure for longing. Love is happiness. A spark inside, live deliberately and choose boldly, and then you have arrived. And we have heart healing. Morning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness, a new day starts. Let love embrace the healing heart. And the most important aspect of this reading right now is that Spirit's very adamant that even though you've kind of sworn this off, Spirit's like, it's happening anyway, because this is what's going to heal your heart ultimately. This is what's going to help you refocus and help you move forward and help you experience joy the way that you're designed to experience joy. And you deserve that type of happiness. So they're not going to let you be... They're going to bring about this energy anyway. They're not going to let you stay complacent in your current energy. These for pile number 3. We have the 3 of Pentacles. You are in a new foundation phase. You have the Judgment, the King of, and you're not ready. Here's the King of Wands reverse. You could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius potentially. You're not ready. You may not be ready. You may not feel like you've emotionally completely detached. You may have kind of walls up a little bit. You're like, I'm not ready for a new foundation. I'm not prepared for a new foundation. But that's why Spirit says it's okay, because this current moment is for reflection. The Judgment is all about resolving to change what's imbalanced within us so we can have brand new beginnings. And they still see brand new beginnings, new journeys ahead of you. You're not as finished as you think that you are. Whoops, we have one that fell, it stuck to me. We have here the infant Jesus of Prague. There could be children in your life, for instance, or you may be headed towards children too. We have the number H, because there's lots of potential with this new pathway, with the 2 acorns, new relationships with this new acorns. And again, these acorns have the potential to grow an entire forest. It can really lead to commitment if we choose to plant it. We have the seahorse, and it's the black seahorse surrendering from the past, surrendering a loss from the past and moving into calmer waters. We also have the divine feminine sea star, which means the divine feminine has lost something that she thought was really made for her. The realization is that maybe I was wrong, it wasn't made for me, and that I am whole without this partnership or this situation, and it's time for us to heal and move forward. We have angels watching over you during this period. We also have a nickel from 2015, I think of May, and the 5th of any month. We have a dime, and it is from 2000 and, wait, I can't see it, it's 2001. I think about October and the 10th of any month, but I also think of the 6 of Swords of transition into calmer waters, into better waters. We have live your dream. Don't sacrifice any components of your dream just because they weren't matched, your expectations weren't matched in this past situation. And we have, yeah, I already mentioned the nickel. And the infant Jesus of Prague. I think about the Catholic religion, but I also think about children. All right, pile 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you, and I am praying for you, and I would love for you to subscribe to the channel if you feel called to, and drop me your comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check me out on Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. And I hope that you just come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.